Hi everyone, Chag Sameach, still here in Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls just before the actual fall themselves. It's the week of CHESED. And the question is, what is true CHESED? There's a lot of ways to explain CHESED, but usually it's mistranslated as just love or just giving, being good. But that's a very limited way how to understand CHESED. You look at the water and you understand a little bit what CHESED is. It's CHESED says the world was built on CHESED. Olam CHESED Ibane. So CHESED is that energy that gives. See, the water keeps giving, it gives, unconditionally, unstoppable. It makes a huge Niagara Falls and it just gives. However, there can be a negative chesed. That's why we need, today is, it's third day of the Omer, Tiferet Shebechesed. There has to be a harmony in the chesed. It can be too narrowed down like Ruach Shebechesed, which was yesterday. It has to be harmonious, it has to be balanced so that it's constructive. You can go down the Niagara Falls and try to get water, it's going to smash you. So you gotta have the right amount of water, right amount of chesed. So when you give, you have to give in a way that's constructive. You have to give in a way that gives life, that the recipients receive in a way that it helps build him. That's why I say, Olam Chesed Ibane. You want to know what's true Chesed, something that builds something. You can give money and actually destroy the ego of the poor person. You give in a not nice way, humiliating way, then you're destroying the person. That's the opposite of Chesed. So we have to be careful to understand that Chesed is something that when you give it, it creates more love, it creates more unity, it builds the other person. That's why giving a job to someone who needs it, it gives the person the ability to build himself. And that's the highest level of Chesed. You build the person, give him foundations. Now, another side of Chesed I think is very important. Like we said, Chesed just gives, it gives. Chesed means expanding. The world was expanding until God said, die, enough. After that is too much physicality, too much. There needs, so Chesed, the root of Chesed is expanding, it's stretching out. So that means that it has to pull things. It's not comfortable. Whatever stretches and expands, it's like a reaction. So real Chesed, when you know you do real Chesed, let's say you're a millionaire, right? And there's a poor person, and you give the person like $1,000. That's not Chesed. It didn't stretch anything in the millionaire. It didn't stretch anything. But if I'm a middle class guy and I don't earn so much, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month, and I give $100 out of me, that stretches me. That's not easy. That's hard work. I have to give, and I really feel it's getting out of my bank account, so to speak. The millionaire doesn't feel that. So same thing when we try to help. Let's say I'm driving a car and someone is on the side of the road and needs to be picked up. If I'm there and I don't feel anything and I pick him up, yeah, I'm a good guy. That's what I do every day. That's not Chesed for you. But if you should, it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It's a good thing, but it's not Chesed. Chesed means really, I'm not so social, and as long as it's safe, obviously. And I still do it because, you know what, that's the right thing to do, and it stretches you. It breaks a little bit your guts, it's uncomfortable, it's stretching you. So that's Chesed. So think of Chesed as stretching you out, expanding your bad character traits, your negativity, your selfishness. And if you're able to do that, then you become a better person. The world is built on something positive, on goodness. We have to stretch out the negative, the gvura, so to speak. It's like spending gvura. Obviously you need some boundaries, but stretching too much can destroy someone. But as soon as you feel that it's taking out of you, it is part of you, it was part of you, you gave from you, it really was something a little bit uncomfortable, you had to give from your own personal self, and that's, it's a real chesed. So may we all become people of chesed, stretching out, building the world. You have to build the world with chesed, with goodness, and as long as you know that when you act builds the person, brings more unity, more love, you're in the right direction, and it stretches you to do more and make the world a better place. Olam chesed ibaneh, may we all build a world of chesed, of love, of goodness, and become free on this first week of Passover. We have 7 weeks, like we said. First week, 7 steps to be free, and of the body limitation, emotional limitation, and the first step is love. It's always start with love, with giving. We give and we build, we're giving, we love, then first step to become free. There's no other way to start. So may we all become giving, free people. Love you all.